Hi guys, Todd James here. This is a follow-up to an earlier video talking about what it's like, what life is like when you have income that surpasses your needs. And you know, there's an element missing in that question, and I don't think I addressed it in the earlier video, so I wanted to briefly try and address it here. And that is, you know, there's a word that is being thrown around more than I've ever heard it in the past, but the word is entrepreneur. And everybody talks about this entrepreneurial lifestyle. I'm not really sure there is an entrepreneurial lifestyle. I think every entrepreneur is kind of a unique individual, and they all live in their own world. They all live differently. But I think the word entrepreneur has some sparkly fairy dust sprinkled on it, so that people get this image of you know, private jets and luxury limos and champagne and caviar all the time. And if you make enough money, yes, you can indulge yourself in all of those things. But in reality, you know, there's a dark side to being an entrepreneur, and in this case, I'm defining entrepreneur as someone who, say, has an online business that's very successful, that's providing for them, and the dark side to this scenario is frequently isolation. You know, you go from a 9-to-5 job, if they still exist. I think most jobs now are like 8 to 6. But you go from having a job where you get out of bed every morning, you go somewhere, you work around other people, you're interacting with other people both in person and maybe over the phone and online throughout the course of the day, and you have this activity, this frenzied activity around you throughout the day, and then suddenly you're this online entrepreneur, and the people that you used to know and the people that are probably your friends, well, they still get up every morning and they still go to work, and you can't exactly just call them up to chit chat because they have work to do. They have quotas to meet. They have meetings to attend. You know, that they're things that they have to do in their life that you no longer have to do. That there are constraints placed upon them that you don't have. So while you have tremendous freedom in your life, you also find yourself working around the barriers that other people may have around them in their lives, and it's very, very important that you maintain social contacts with friends and family and former co-workers, because it's easy sometimes just to get lost on the computer, looking at spreadsheets, looking at sales reports from Amazon or Shopify, you know, monitoring your business. You can go down a rabbit hole, and next thing you know, you haven't had a bath in 4 or 5 days, and you don't remember the last time you ate, and your friends are starting to worry about you a little bit. So you know, I just want to make you aware that, you know, there are obstacles even as an entrepreneur that you will encounter, and you'll have to find some solution to, and frequently those obstacles on a personal level are far more difficult to work with for a lot of people than the professional obstacles that they run into. Dealing with suppliers, dealing with shipping, dealing with the various issues that may come up if you're selling online or doing something else online. Those can be fairly routine and relatively easy to deal with, but when you start talking about issues revolving around social life and isolation and whatnot, you know, each of those the answers to those questions and those issues are very personal to each of the individuals that encounter them, and they shouldn't be overlooked. They should not be trivialized. I know people that have been very successful online and in brick and mortar environments as well, but that success has isolated them to an extent that they eventually went looking for a more conventional type of income generation, so that they did not endure that isolation. I think all of this probably goes back to the old saying that it's lonely at the top. And when you are at the top of what may be a one-person organization, I think you have probably experienced the loneliest potential circumstance that you can have. So I just want people to think about it, be aware of this issue before it jumps up and bites you. Because if you're in the early stages of your entrepreneurial journey and you're starting to see some success, you're starting to make $5,000, $10,000 a month, the last thing you want to do is have that success and all your efforts that you put into that be derailed by loneliness or isolation or other issues like that. There are solutions to it. And if you have questions, or if you've experienced this yourself and you want to share what you did to make your environment more comfortable and more suitable for you, please put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it, because this is something that's very interesting to me, and it comes up quite a bit, but I don't hear many people really talk about it. So please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll have more training type information coming up on a regular basis, but this was something that I thought needed to be covered, and I just wanted to put it out there and get some feedback from the audience. So thank you and take care.